Hi, welcome to the class. Today we'll do another topic of chapter 8, current electricity. The name of the topic is electromotive force. In short, we call it EMF, terminal voltage and internal resistance. So let us first understand this electromotive force. Okay. So electromotive force is nothing but it is the maximum potential difference across the ends of a cell. So maximum potential difference across the ends of a cell. Now this we have already defined. The amount of work done in taking a charge, in carrying a charge from one point to the other is known as the potential. So obviously this is the definition of EMF will be the same as of the potential difference or potential, but you have to make sure that whenever this potential is maximum, only then we can call it EMF. Now let me give you a very example where you can understand very easily what EMF is. So you went to a shop and you bought a cell. So you got a new cell. Okay, you have not used it at all. So inside the cell you have electrode and inside the cell you have electrolyte. Alright. So now this cell, you got it, and let us assume that this cell is of 9 volt. So it is written on the cell that it is of 9 volt, but you have not used it right now. So if I ask you what is the maximum potential of this cell, so it will be 9 volt. Why? Because you have not used it. Used means in terms of what? In terms of that there was no current taken from the cell. There was no current taken from the cell. So this potential is what we call the maximum potential. So 9 volt is the maximum potential. Why it is maximum potential? Because when we got the cell, there was no current taken out of the cell, and that is why this is called the maximum potential. So what is the condition for us to get the maximum potential? For us to get the maximum potential, this is the condition that current should not, we should not draw any current, we should not take any current from the cell. So that would be the maximum potential. So a new bought cell, we have not taken out the current from it, 9 volt is written on it. It means this is the maximum potential of the cell and this is what we call EMF. So this is what I call EMF, and EMF is the maximum potential, and it works under the condition that when there is no current taken from the cell, I should be 0. So let us understand with the help of this diagram now. I hope I have made myself clear about this. So this is a cell, plus minus. Now what is this? So basically you need to understand the cause of resistance, which I have been repeating again and again, and the cause of resistance is the collision of electrons. Okay, so when you connect this cell of 9 volt into a circuit, what is going to happen? It is going to give you current. Okay, it is because this has potential. Potential is the amount of work done in taking charges and moving the electrons, free electrons in a specific direction. So when this cell does that, what happens is while they are moving, electrons are moving, they collide with each other, and when they collide, this is what we call resistance, and this is the collision of electrons is the cause of resistance. So the very first time when the electrons will start flowing, first of all they will flow within the cell also in order to provide the current. So when they flow within the cell also, obviously they are going to collide within the cell also, other than the conductor. Obviously there is a flow of electrons in the conductor also, but there is a flow of electrons inside the cell also. When these electrons flow inside the cell, they collide with each other, and when this collision takes place, there is a resistance inside the cell also. So collision collision of electron is the cause of resistance. When cell provides the current, the very first collision of electrons which takes place is inside the cell. Okay, so this inside the cell also there is a resistance which is created, and that resistance is what we call internal resistance. So internal resistance is the resistance offered by the cell itself, because when the cell will provide the current, there will be flow of electrons inside the cell itself, and since there is a flow of electrons, there will be a collision of electrons as well. So this is what we call internal resistance of the cell. Okay. Now this is external resistance which we have applied, like a bulb or anything, a fan or anything. It can be anything which we are connecting with the battery. Okay, and then there is the key. So as you can see, the key is off, so there is no current flowing. So as there is no current flowing through the cell, through the conductor, so obviously what I can call, what will be the potential if I ask you, what will be the potential if there is no current? So the potential will be known as electromotive force or EMF. So that is why I have written it as E. So I hope I made myself clear regarding the internal resistance and electromotive force. Let us understand this terminal voltage. Now it is nothing. If you tap it on, current will flow I, 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 and then I. So you know when the current starts from the battery, the very first resistance occurs inside the cell itself. That is what we call internal resistance. Now pay attention to this part. When current will flow, firstly the current will flow inside the cell. Initially, the cell was having the maximum potential, which we call EMF. Now, EMF was there when no current was taken from the cell. Now we have taken out some current from the cell. I current is taken out. So I multiplied by R. So if I do I multiplied by R, I get V. I am writing it as a small v, as this is with a small r, and this is what I call voltage drop. I will tell you what voltage drop is. Voltage drop is nothing but the voltage taken out by this resistance. Why this resistance will take voltage? Because it has got R and a current I is passing through it. So according to Ohm's law, whenever we have R and a current passes through this resistance R, a current passes through this resistance R, I is the current. So the voltage which is taken out by this R, the voltage which is taken out by this R is known as V. So it means from EMF, which was the maximum potential difference, E, this was the EMF maximum potential difference. Out of this now, R has taken this much voltage. Why it has taken, again I am repeating, as it has the resistance R and a current I is flowing according to Ohm's law, V is equals to IR. So minus V. Why minus? Because from E, R has taken this much as the current was flowing. Now whatever is left with us is capital V, and this capital V is known as terminal voltage. Alright, now guys, terminal voltage is the potential of the cell when there is some current passing through it. EMF was the maximum potential difference across the cell when there was no current passing through it. So what the current has done? Current has done nothing, but because of the internal resistance, there was a voltage drop in the EMF. Voltage drop in the EMF, and then now the remaining part is the terminal voltage. Now let me give you an example. 9 volt was this. Okay. So no current was drawn. EMF is 9 volt. I connected the cell to a LED. Let us assume. So within the cell itself, electrons will flow, collision of electrons will happen. So within the cell, the very first resistance is provided. So let us assume that R is equals to 1 ohm and current flowing through this battery is 2 ampere. So what will be the voltage which will be taken by this R, which is the internal resistance of the cell? So it will be V is equals to IR. So V is equals to 2 volt. It means out of 9 volt, 2 volt is already taken by this. Now how much we will get in order to glow the LED? We will get just 7 volt out of this 9 volt. So EMF minus V is equals to V. So EMF is 9 minus 2 is equals to V. So V is equals to 7 volt. It means in order to glow the LED, we will just get 7 volt potential, and this is what we call the terminal potential. Terminal means which we are getting out of the terminals of the cell. So this is the cell, it has two terminals, 9 volt it has got, 2 volt is already spent inside the cell itself in order to overcome the resistance, internal resistance. Now how much I am getting at the terminals of these two cells? So at the terminal of these two cells I am getting 7 volt in order to glow the LED. So now look at this equation. E minus, I can write I small r because this is R, and instead of this V I can write I capital R. Why I am writing I capital R? Because I is the current and R is the external resistance. So this much is left for the external resistance, which was the LED in that case. So E is equals to I capital R plus I small r. You can take I common also, and in this way you can calculate internal. You can calculate this, which is terminal voltage. You can calculate EMF. You can calculate the internal resistance as well. So this was the topic. Now let's do one numerical based on this topic. So this is the numerical. So let us read the numerical first. A high resistance voltmeter. Now in this word I have underlined because this is the word which we need to understand. A high resistance. What do you mean by high resistance? If the resistance is high, will it take any current? Will it allow to pass any current through it? Answer is no, because it has very high resistance. So if the resistance of the voltmeter is high, and voltmeter is a device which measures the potential difference. So if it has high resistance, it will not take any current from the cell whatsoever because it has high resistance. So it will not allow current to pass through it. Measures the potential difference. Now this word is written potential difference, but I made myself clear that a high resistance, it means no current is taken. Across a battery to be 9 volt. So if it is 9 volt, I have written EMF. Why I have written EMF? As I told you, this is high resistance, it will not take any current. So if it is not taking any current, if you remember, no current, potential is EMF. So this is EMF. On connecting a 24 ohm resistor, so we have connected a 24 ohm resistor with this cell. So that is the external resistance because you have connected it. Now again, after connecting this, again the reading was taken. Now you know that if this is connected, obviously it is going to take current. Now if it is connected, the voltmeter again reads this much. It means this is the terminal potential difference. Now they are asking us to calculate internal resistance. So we will use this. This is 9. V is 7.2 plus I into R. So I into R. So 9 minus 7.2 is equals to I. How do we calculate I? We know that V is equals to I R. So I is equals to V upon R. How much is V? 7.2. How much is R? 24. 7.2 upon 24. This will come 0.3 ampere. You can calculate it separately. 0.3 into R. R is equals to 1.8 upon 0.3. This will come 6 ohm. So internal resistance will be 6 ohm. So this was the numerical which as a sample I have done. Rest of them you can practice. Thank you.